to everybody. Cece will join me shortly. It's been a lazy afternoon for me. I got up and we went shopping and thrift store shopping, and we came home and I was watching silly, crazy stuff on YouTube, and I went to sleep. So I just woke up. I apologize for being a little late, but we're here and we're gonna do this tonight. So hope everybody's doing all right. Hope you're having a blessed Saturday. I'm having a lazy Saturday. I'm gonna munch on some, I have a headache, so I'm gonna munch on some sweets and see if that'll help. No! My daughter's cat is begging for food. Hi Wolf, how you doing? Can you hear me okay? There, turn the volume up a little bit. Hope you're having a blessed Saturday. It's very warm here today, but we're in the nice air conditioning.
Back when you're for 8 to 10 business days.
Nice air conditioning, so it's about, what's the temperature here, Courtney?
85 right now.
It's 85 right now. I'm doing awesome, and I'm blessed to be here. And yes, I can. Oh, thanks. I'm blessed to have you, Wolf. I'm glad you came in.
Hi, Wolfie.
Sorry, I'm eating cookies. I took a nap and woke up with a really bad headache. So I don't know if it's angle I had my head or what.
You're in my hand. You're in my hand.
Here comes Cece.
Hi, guys.
I think I'm hypoglycemic.
Could be.
Closer.
Yeah.
My supervisor at the college was, and she said she always got those crackers, the cheese crackers with the peanut butter, and she ate a pack of those, and she said, I'm fine. Or she would carry a little bit of candy in her purse, or have it in her desk. Not enough sugar. I don't know, sometimes I think I eat too much sugar, but like I'll get a headache and then I'll eat something sweet, excuse me, and then I'll be okay. I don't know. Bye, Sarah. Have a good night.
Bye, Queen.
Bye,
Queen.
Sarah.
Don't work too
Have fun
hard.
at work.
Oh, I will not.
I will not. My daughter's boyfriend leaving. Not this daughter. My youngest daughter that's never home. She's the one living with me, and I think hi, Cece, it's old Hollywood. I think I see Courtney more times than I do Caitlin.
I'm okay, Wolf. I had a long day yesterday. Had a good week, though. It's Elvis week. Happy Elvis week, everyone.
We're asking for prayer, and we're not going to say why. We just need, our
some
family
prayer
needs
warriors.
prayer. This is my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
We are. We didn't get to see the Wizard of Oz festival today.
No, he didn't.
We'll go next year. It's always so hot, and today was no exception. I think that one year, didn't it rain, and then it got really, really hot?
Yeah, it like
humid.
rained in the morning before we had gotten up there, and then it was
And what
sticky.
time does it start? Like 10?
Opening ceremonies were like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it goes until 5.
We never stay till 5. Do we?
I know, because we usually have a crabby child who by 3 o'clock is done.
UFO Cowboys, what the?
Are the cowboys aliens or the cowboys searching for aliens? Maybe I need to date
The
an
West
alien cowboy.
just got wilder, it says.
Maybe that's what I need. I need an alien cowboy in my life. I need Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner would solve some problems right now. Pedro Pascal would do it. He looks good in a cowboy hat too. Agent Whiskey. Mwah. Elvis looks good in anything and nothing.
She's not doing very good, is she?
No. She's really sick right now. That's Henry's song.
I'm alive.
No, the Wellman.
Oh,
The sea shanty song.
I don't think I've ever heard of it. Maybe I have.
Oh, may the weathermen come to
Oh.
bring us sugar and tea and rum.
New releases. So who was at the fair? I never did. Oh, I know now. I can't think of their name.
The state?
No, our fair.
Tracy Bird. And I saw Michaela's video of watermelon crawling.
Did I just keep his videos running this afternoon?
Yeah, they just kept going
Something
after
you
you fell
play.
asleep for a while. I wasn't really paying. I mean, I was catching bits and pieces. I wasn't paying attention. I was on the Tiki Talks watching Elvis. Watching.
Oh, have you seen that?
Yeah.
That was cool. I know it was a while back. Have you seen that? That's funny. She just puts it out there. She don't care what she
I
says.
like when she talks about her ex-husband, Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold was her ex-husband?
Yeah, she was married to him.
Remember that.
When he was on Roseanne, they were married.
Oh.
John Goodman, too. John Goodman.
Look at there. I don't like when they fix the thing for the shorts. Yeah, it'd get me with my mouth open or... That was funny.
Prince throwing shade at Kim Kardashian. Did you see the one where he brings her up on stage and she won't dance? He's like, get off my stage, girl.
That's
That
the one.
was that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She gets up there and she's like, no, I can't dance. He's like, get off my stage, girl. Johnny. I've seen that video. It's terrifying how he just lapses into that so
Yeah.
easily.
Quickly. Look at all these junk journal videos somebody's been watching.
I wonder who in this house would watch junk journal videos.
Trying to find mine. Well, I don't know. Last week I got copyrighted for something, but then I went back like a day later and it wasn't.
Play Blue Hawaii in the background. We'll put it down real low. Elvis in those white shorts. Paramedics are going out. That's an ambulance.
Yeah. What'd you have for dinner, Wolf, or what are you going to have for dinner? Too pregnant to cook. Been there, done that.
I remember being exactly that pregnant. It was that last week before I had Henry. I was too pregnant to do anything except be crabby.
We had a big storm go through here yesterday.
I was asleep. I worked a night shift. Thursday night. I worked a swing shift, actually. I worked 7 to 3, went home and napped, and then worked 11 to 7. So I went home, and I was going to lay down and take like a nap till like 11 and then go back to work for Elvis week, and I passed out until 1:30. I one of a kind.
Hey, one of a kind.
How you doing?
How you doing? What are you gonna have for? I just might as well search it. What are you having for dinner?
Anybody having good food? I had the best tacos in Lincoln at 9 a.m. this morning, and I have no regrets over that whatsoever. They were... Mwah. Those tacos touched my soul.
9 o'clock in the morning.
At 9 o'clock in the morning. Who needs coffee when you can have Amigos tacos at 9 a.m.? Oh.
Back to You. Is that what we usually watch? Future upbeat music.
We've used the Back to You before.
That's the one we used last week.
Yeah.
Look, the red line. Upbeat background music. We need more than an hour. I don't like that one. Cheerful mix. Happy. I'm gonna go back with that one. So.
I'm over here jamming to Yellowstone, so.
I had Domino's again? Brian.
Oh, he had leftovers.
Oh, okay. I don't want this.
There is like a festival thing going on over here with country music, and it's down by the bar. Is it good country music at least?
Definitely Hollywood movie scene.
It says keeping it positive. Yeah, keeping it positive. Alzheimer's awareness. We got new Alzheimer's shirts because September is Alzheimer's Awareness Month. So I have this one in blue and gray, and then I also have a purple one with a sock monkey on it that says "Sock it to Alzheimer's." So it's my work shirt. One of my work shirts. One of my nice work shirts, because that purple polo, I hate my uniform, but I love these shirts. I wish we could wear these all the time. Oh, I'm jealous, Wolf. I love country music. Good country music, not the new hip-hoppy stuff, like the good stuff.
We live literally 2 blocks from the fairgrounds, and we could hear. Although that night when Tracy Bird was on, we didn't hear him.
It's because they don't have them up the Grants anymore.
Yeah.
They're clear on the other side of the...
But I heard, what was there last year? The rock band. 80s rock band.
68 Special or whatever it was.
38
30
special.
Sorry. 68 Special. I'm thinking of Elvis.
And it was really hot.
Elvis on the brain.
It was really hot, and it had cooled down, and I went outside in my yard. People thought I was crazy, but I could hear them just fine. And my friend kept posting stuff on Facebook. It's hot up here, but oh look, we're having a good time. And I'm like, yeah, I'm having a good time sitting here in my yard listening to them. Didn't have to fight the crowds or nothing. I heard every song as plain as day. I guess it depends on the way the wind's blowing too, and your sound system.
Yeah.
38 Special had a pretty good sound system.
Tracy Bird seemed a little heavy and out of date.
Oh,
I'm not hating on the big boys. Mama likes a fluffy man, but which doesn't explain my baby daddy.
so we went to Walmart. And how long were we in there, Courtney?
Forever, because we ran into one of my friends. Well, she's our friend, and she stopped us twice to like talk for a good 20 minutes both times. So we were in there an extra 40-45 minutes just talking to my friend, which is fine. I mean, she's awesome. We haven't seen her in a while.
I had to get some sugar in my system. I have a headache. I was eating these cookies from Dollar Tree. They're a little sandwich. They have the cream filling in the middle.
They're not the Oreos because we po.
But by the way, the peanut butter ones, they're the clover leaf or clover something. They have it off-brand, but they're pretty good. Look at Venus Williams doing commercials for dog food.
She got that baby now.
Yeah.
Or did Serena have the baby?
I don't know.
One of them had a baby.
One of them Williams girls had that baby. Forbidden Voices. Okay. Looks like she's getting ready to have one of those things done to her. Where they put the mask or whatever. Not a mask, a cast of not her face, because her face isn't covered. That's just weird.
Brian said, eat them cookies for me too.
I did. I ate about, I don't know, 5 or 6. I'm done. I took a nap and I had a headache when I woke up, so I think I'm hypoglycemic.
Hi there, Billy.
Hi, Billy. How you doing?
So we went to the farmer's market today and I got some questionable salad dressing that I don't hate it, but it's not, I probably won't buy it again.
Stuff is so expensive.
Yeah, $7 for a bottle of salad dressing.
I was eyeing those watermelons and they were $7. I'm like, but then I went to Walmart and they wasn't the good ones, because those ones at the farmer market were those dark green ones and they're really good.
They're the real sweet ones.
The ones at Walmart were like the light green and dark green, and they were $5.47, $5.48, something like that. Those weird prices Walmart has. But I was like, I haven't had any a watermelon this season.
I miss Grandpa Calvin's watermelons.
I love watermelon too. The town that I grew up in, we'd go to my dad's hometown about every weekend. And it's an hour and a half away from here where my dad grew up. But on the way, there was not all kinds of water, but a certain town had watermelons. And we always stopped and got one. And this one house, it's not even there anymore. They all had roadside stands, and we'd stop every time, and my dad bought a really nice one, and he goes, here's a little one for them girls. They were little bitty, but they were good when you open them up. Nice ice cold watermelon.
I'm having a craving for pumpkin blossoms, and it's not nearly time for pumpkin blossoms yet.
Pumpkin blossoms are over. So this is funny, you guys. We kind of, like, where we live, it's it's a nice trailer park, but a half a block from us is a really very questionable.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple meth labs over there. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's a bad part of town, and it's bad because you say I live in the trailer park behind Casey's, and they go,
or next to the paramedics association. They're like, oh, and you're like, not that one,
not that one, the nice one, the good one.
You have to specify, not the meth lab. We live in the nice one.
So the trailers over there look like they should be condemned. I'm sorry, and I know people are poor and everything's expensive. I know rent is. I pay too much for my rent. My daughter's boyfriend was just telling me about houses, nice 2-bedroom houses. They pay a little bit of nothing, like $200 and some cheaper than what I pay here. But anyway, somebody, I'm sure of it, last Halloween threw out a pumpkin right between this trailer park and Casey's, and now there's a pig. And I seen a pumpkin out there other day, and now I don't see it anymore. And I'm like, did some redneck come and pick that? I was thinking about getting pumpkin blossoms early in the morning, but there's always people around, and I'm like, somebody, and you don't know what the farmer, because there's a field right close to that, you don't know what farmer sprayed and everything, so it's not worth it.
My boss has a little pumpkin patch on her property. She lives out in the country, right outside of town, and she gave me pumpkin blossoms last year that she filled them with cream cheese and breaded them and everything so you can fry them. Oh, so good. She gave me cream cheese cheddar bacon ones. They were so good. And then she gave me some that she had just cleaned up and froze. And the ones that she just cleaned up and froze, I was taking them out and thawing them out so I could bread them. And she didn't clean them very good. There was a couple buggies. I was like, ooh, frozen bugs, yay. But yes, pumpkin blossoms are bomb. And if you don't eat them, you're not from the Midwest, obviously.
Sorry, I was watching this commercial. I have no idea who that guy was. Crazy commercials. Wallen pineapple. Wallen. So I know.
Hey, that's a relic. They're not there anymore.
Yep. Yeah, our local. Oh, that doesn't say it on there, but we know it's from a community of hope. No.
Community of lies.
A community of heart. This is our Christian nursing home in town. Yeah.
Loosely.
Yeah. Courtney worked there, and they were terrible. They were terrible. And she goes, they're only in name, Mom. It doesn't even... And it's sad because we do have a big Christian-based community here. I mean, there's the Christian University. There's three big Christian churches here. We have the Christian Nursing Home and the Christian Nursing Home. They were, and I know it's okay if you have a Christian business, but they were not Christian at all. They were terrible when Courtney worked there. And
I was so excited to work there because I was fresh out of CNA. I just got my CNA license.
And Courtney's not the only.
Yeah.
We've heard a lot of other people say.
I very rarely had employees come from that facility that weren't currently working there that had nice things to say about it.
Yeah.
And that's not even employees. I've had family members and friends that have had family members out there that don't have nice things to say about the care that they got.
It's sad. To
entrust your loved one somewhere
and put a name on it, a Christian name,
and we had churches that would recommend. Oh yeah, the pastor, the minister that came out there because I was only there a little less than a year, but he came out one night because I worked night shift when I worked there. Came out in the evening and did a blessing on the hands, and none of my nurses that night wanted to do it. I was like, please, yes, and he anointed my hands and said a little prayer. He preached at a local church here, and I was like, to tack your name on that, and I know it's not his fault because he wasn't he was the chaplain, he wasn't in the care field, but I'm like, to tack your name on that and not know what's going on out here, it was sad. It made me almost want to not be a CNA when I left that place. But then I found Copper Creek, and I love my job.
Speaking of jobs, I got a new coworker and he started last night and I had to train him, which wasn't all bad. It's just nerve wracking because um, I have
Ooh,
my
that sounds
job.
good.
And what's Wolf having?
He said, well, he's not having, but he said, I've made a smoothie with bananas, strawberries, and watermelon before it was delicious.
Ooh, that sounds good. I love smoothies.
I've
and I
had
never make them anymore.
Watermelon mint smoothie before, which was delicious.
And it's good for like weight loss and.
Mhm.
So anyway, I had to train my new coworker, and he's a male. He did really good. It helps. He kept telling me, "Well, I clean, and he cleans banks, and he's got a full-time job during the day, and he drives a stand-up forklift." He told me he really likes it. He works like 12 hours a day. So he was really good, but it's we live in the Midwest, so it was hot, and I mean we have air conditioning inside, but you get to moving around and doing our job. We're always on the move. You can. And last night I was hot, and I just had my uniform on, which is a t-shirt, and I was sweating, and I came around the corner, and he had little beadlets, drops of sweat, and I said, Steve, take off your, because he had a flannel shirt on, long sleeve flannel shirt, and he said, oh, my tattoos, and I'm like, there's nobody here but me and you. We're not gonna,
Ooh, yeah, Billy.
it's not gonna matter. So I don't know, unless like Courtney said, unless they're like really obscene and tattoos, but I don't know. If he wears a flannel every night or a long sleeve shirt, he's gonna melt. I know I would.
Walk around with my cat hanging out all the time when I get hot. You have to be careful with stuff like that, even especially in the non-Christian, even if they have a Christian. Yeah. It was very discouraging. Like I said, I was straight out of getting my CNA license and was very excited to work there because I had heard good things before I was a CNA. That was it was a very well-known nursing home in our area, and I'd heard lots of good things about it, and I was very excited to work there. And even on my first day of orientation, they give you a little pamphlet, and we're Christian-based care and everything else, and it was not in any way, shape, or form. It was very discouraging.
That was just a name only.
Yeah.
Well, that's sad. Because, like, we are a big Christian community. We have 3 big Christian churches now. And I'm sure all of them supported that because I know our church did at one time.
They're closed now.
But that's just part of it. Not all of it's closed, right?
The apartments are closed, but the apartments are open, and the congregate building is still there, but the nursing home is gone. They all had to move out, I think, by the end of this month. They all had to find the families. This nursing home closed down, and instead of placing people like normally would happen, you would find suitable or help families find suitable places. They just sent notice to everybody's POA and said, you have X amount of days to find alternative care for your family members. And we are the only freestanding Alzheimer's unit in our city within at least a 30-mile radius, because I think there's one in Bloomington, but I think they're like a nursing home and they're not a standalone Alzheimer's unit. And they had a very nice Alzheimer's unit. I mean, not because it was attached to the nursing home, but they had a very big memory unit, and they took Medicaid. My facility doesn't take Medicaid. We're private pay, and it's expensive. And yeah, that's kind of sad that there was a lot of local people that put their loved ones there because it was close and they could see them, and now they're 35, 40 minutes away. I heard that there was a couple places because with Alzheimer's you get a lot of aggressive behaviors because of the regression with the disease, and there's a lot of nursing homes that will not take residents like that, and you have to find specialty behavioral units for them. And I heard there was a couple pretty heavily like further staged Alzheimer's people who are aggressive, because that's what happens, that they weren't accepted anywhere close and they had to be shipped to like Indiana, places like that. And that's really sad too, that you have to go that far out to get specialized care.
So if you know anybody that wants to move to the Midwest and build an Alzheimer's unit, I'm sure you could make some money. Courtney would work for you.
I would.
She's
No, I
got a
know my
good.
job.
She got a good place where she works, and full. They only 32.
Well, with the
35.
double apartments, if you have 2 occupants, we can hold 35. We're roomed for 32 residents. But we have 3 apartments that have 2 bedrooms, so they're meant for like a man and a wife. So that, you know, if they had to, you could split them up. Or they're meant for
I'll
somebody.
be right back.
We have a gentleman who lives there by himself, but he has a lot of family that comes and visits and stuff like that, so he has... Because our apartments are set up, they're like studio apartments. You walk in, there's closet, there's a bathroom, usually their bed, and they're spacious rooms. They have like couches and stuff like that. A lot of my residents have like sitting areas and their bed off to the side, but it's one room. And these are set up that you walk into them, and there's a bathroom, a very big bathroom, because it's got a double vanity in it. And then you walk in, and it's their living area, and then their bathroom, and then there's a tiny little hallway, and there's bedroom. So they're just set up for a little bit more privacy. And we usually cater them to married couples, because usually when we get married couples, one has Alzheimer's and the other one doesn't, and they're coming as a package deal. So when cares get more difficult, it's easier to put one in a bedroom and the other one in another room.
Our local IGA has some good
10 for 10 students.
10 for 10 sales.
Yeah. They'll have to stand and atone for their behavior. I don't have to. I feel like
Ooh, that's pretty.
I feel like while I was there, I did the best that I could with what I had.
You did.
I'm not good at a lot of things in life, but I'm a good CNA, and I do care for my people. I love them.
I couldn't do it. You've heard me say that before. I couldn't do what Courtney does.
I didn't think I could do it when it came down to it. I was like, I can't. I'm not built for this, but I am.
That's right, Wolf.
I do. Oh, I wasn't heartbroken. I can tell you right now, when I heard that they were closing, I was like, finally? But, yeah, I was very sad for those families. That's hard, because we only have so many nursing homes in our area, and like I said, they had a pretty big, I think, 50-room memory care unit, locked unit. So that's pretty substantial. And I think they had 50 rooms, but I think theirs were double occupancy. They used to have 2 people to a room there. So that's 100 people on your unit. That's pretty big in this area. And it's just sad. And it's sad for my facility, because we would love to take those people. We have limited beds and we don't take Medicaid. So if you don't have either private nursing home insurance to cover us, or a nice pension and some money put away, we can't work around that, because to take Medicaid is special licensed, and we're not licensed for that. And we had a lot of phone calls and a lot of families like begging, and we're like, at the time when they closed, we only had 1 room. We had a double occupancy room, and then we had a single bedroom apartment opened, and we're like, we have 1 room and a double occupancy, which our double occupancy rooms are more expensive too. So it was sad. We couldn't even take people that were calling, and my boss was busy that week. She was getting phone call after phone call, people looking to put their loved ones with us.
A lot of people still don't know where Courtney works.
Yeah, I have to explain every time when I'm like, I work across from the hospital. They're like, what? Or I say Copper Creek, and they're like, what? And I've been there. The building's been open for 7 years. I started there right before their 1-year anniversary. I've been there 2 weeks longer than my boss.
Well, What is that out on the deck? You kind of bug?
Grasshopper.
Is it?
Where I work now is not a nursing home. We are a we're licensed as a memory care assisted living. But memory care isn't assisted living because one day they can get up and take themselves to the bathroom, and then the next day they're 22 years old and they can't do it, you know. I have one guy who has a stroke and he has lost the last 10 years of his life, so he thinks he's in his 50s and he's pushing 70.
Just
Yeah. So it's a different ball game because memory care isn't assisted living. They might be able to take themselves to the bathroom, but they don't always remember it. They have the ability to feed themselves, but they don't remember. They can bathe themselves, but they get in there and they turn the water and they're like, "What am I doing?" and they leave. You know, it's a
and
completely
leave the water running.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't know how many times I walk into somebody's room and their sink's on because they've been brushing their teeth and they just walked away from it.
Well, our former church, his dad had Alzheimer's, and they moved him in with him, and he did dishes, and he plugged the sink and left the water running and caused a lot of water
I
damage.
cannot tell you how many times that has happened where somebody's because they have pretty vanities in their bathrooms are really nice, but there's no extra, you know, like you have that overflow in them. That was ugly, so they didn't do that. They didn't do the overflow. So when they plug their sinks, and they all have the little plungers in them, when they plug their sinks, there's no overflow spout. So I don't know how many times that
Who built that unit? Who built that like that?
The company that owns our buildings is a bunch of pencil pushers and people who have never worked in healthcare. They are business and finance people. Brad went to college for financing, and he owns our building, and I'm like, you have no idea what it's like to be medical.
That's really sad that people like that have no idea what they're running. Oh, we own this business. Oh, we make millions of dollars a year. You know, just putting that out there. Some may, some may not. And, oh yeah, we'll buy this. They have no idea what they're getting into.
Yeah. Like when Deb has to go to meetings, she's like, hey, I need this or I need this done, or...
Well, why do you need that done?
Yeah, okay, so we have in-house therapy now. That's a more recent thing. They've been in there for a couple of years now, but we didn't have that when I first started there. They would benefit to have their own room where they could have like stairs and equipment and stuff to help work the residents out and keep from getting atrophy. We have 2 conference rooms and they're not really necessary. Like we put families in there when they want to have birthday parties or like when we have meetings and stuff like that, but they're not that big. So there's one on each side because ours.
Shower?
It's not big enough
Okay.
for that. It's like the size of Caitlin's bedroom.
Oh, okay.
My building is split up into 2 divided sides with 15 apartments apiece, so you walk in and there's a wing on each side. So there's one side that my boss Deb has been asking for at least a year now if we can convert the conference room into a therapy room. It's not needed. There's no reason we need 2 conference rooms. You know, if it comes down to it, we can put people on the other side of the building. And corporate doesn't. Why do you need therapy room? Can't they do therapy in their own rooms? And my boss was like, yeah, I mean, theoretically they can, but, you know, they like equipment and we could stare machines and, you know, they could do group therapy where you could have more than one resident in there and they could work together and play games and stuff like that, which is good socializing.
We used to.
And they don't. It doesn't. You don't need that.
We had that in. Now he's on the door. In the
He's a
building.
fat boy. I heard him hit the door.
I used to live in I used to work at an assisted living facility. No. What was that called?
Supported living.
Supportive living, not assisted living, supportive. And most everybody was capable of getting up, and all they had was a refrigerator, microwave. They couldn't cook in their apartments. Bathroom, bedroom, living room, little kitchen area. And we had it wasn't a therapy room, but I guess they could have used it, but like once a week or maybe a couple times a week. I just worked in the morning like 4 hours, so I missed a lot of stuff in the afternoon, but there's like 4 or 5 ladies that come down there regularly, and they do their chair exercises, and they had one of those big yoga balls, which nobody got on because they're elderly. I'm like, that's really nice to have that. Um, Not a lot of people participate, but I'm like, that's nice to have that, to know that, they could go there and do that. Is he gonna try to get in? He's at the top of the door.
Well, Oscar, go ahead, come in here.
No, Oscar's out for the count.
Oscar's in his window napping right now.
So yeah, definitely a therapy room out there. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And you could get those
Well, the
portable
company
stair
that
things.
we contract for therapy would supply the equipment.
There you go. That's a win-win.
Mm-hmm. Because it would be for their benefit, so our residents' insurance money pays for their equipment and stuff, but that company would order everything.
If I would, if I was devastated. Here, come here. Let me show you.
Oh,
This is
Brad
what we
doesn't
need.
care. He, like I said, when he was at Andy's thing, he made me so mad, and I wanted, if he wasn't, I don't even care, because I'd be like, what, you gonna fire me? Go ahead, Brad, fire me. This place will burn to the ground without me here. And my boss will even tell him that. I jokingly told her I quit this week, and she was like, no, you don't. You can never leave. You're not allowed to. She's like, when I leave, you can leave, but until then, you have to stay here. But yeah, the owner of our he owns, I guess he owns the company, but he owns our building, came to our thing we had for our maintenance man that passed away, and he didn't like him. He always would like nitpick and try to find reasons to get rid of him, and Andy was great. But he was at his dedication, because we got a nice plaque in our lobby now for Andy. And he was there smoozing with the fire department. He's like, "Oh, I loved Andy. He was such a great man." And I cooked that day, and I was standing in the doorway, and I'm like, "Brad, you lying sack of crap." And my assistant administrator was like, "Courtney," and I was like, "I will stand out there and I will out him so bad." She was like, "Do you want to lose your job?" And I was like, "Go ahead, fire me. Go ahead, fire me. Fire me because you lie."
Give me my laptop. Now I like this. I gotta pin this, Courtney. There's no commercials. Watch me say that in the commercial.
Yeah, a commercial pops up.
So yeah, my coworker last night did really good. In fact, at 8 o'clock he was almost done, and I'm like, "Hey, let's take a break, Steve." So my boss told me, like in interviews, to kind of, what do you call that? Break the icebreaker. Ask him, so outside of work, what do you do for fun? And I asked him that last night. I didn't have to interview him, but just, get a conversation going. He goes, "I go to the gym." I'm like, "Good for you." And he said, "Yeah, I spend, I don't know how many hours a week at the gym." And I'm like, "That's good, because I spend this many hours at the gym a week." Oh, what? That's from last night. Because it just shut down on me. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate that, guys. Guys and gals. So I think I figured this out, Courtney. That one thing that was up here, it kept coming out. I uninstalled that, and my computer's been running better.
Char's digging.
Good. Tell her she has, and you have Andrea.
Yeah, she just sent me a message. She was like, he still has fines. And I was like, yep, I already found that out. I love my best friend. Oh, I'm sorry, Oscar. I didn't scare you. God blessed me in my life when he put me and Char together in college. She is a beautiful human being, and I don't know what I would do with her. Even 1,000 miles away, she's still awesome.
1,000.
Yeah, she's like 1,000 and some odd miles away in Inglewood. She lives in Inglewood, Florida. She left me for a beach. She left her best friend for a beach.
So, what do y'all think about Keanu Reeves?
She watched a video on him and she's more in love now. Like, you could love Keanu Reeves anymore.
He's very humble. Several movies he's taken a cut in pay or not even pay at all. That one movie. What movie was that? He was,
The one with Al Pacino?
yeah. He took, because they couldn't, no, was it a Robert De Niro?
No, it was Al Pacino. It was
Okay.
Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, and he said they couldn't afford Al Pacino, and he said, I don't want a salary. We need Al Pacino in this movie, so he didn't take a salary. Keanu Reeves didn't take a salary, so they could get Al Pacino.
So they could pay Al Pacino's crazy salary. Because it's Al Pacino and he can demand the moon and you'll give it to him because he's Al Pacino. Johnny Depp says Al Pacino's absolutely insane, and I 100% believe that. In like the best way possible. They're friends, but he says he's crazy. I can see it.
Yeah, we have a situation going on with Henry, so that's all we're going to say about it. And please,
It's gonna be a couple weeks before.
please
we see
pray
Henry
for
again.
this situation. Because we tried what we were talking about last night, Brian, and she can't.
Yeah. Should have smothered him in his sleep. I had the chance a lot of times. Should have done it. Should have done it when I was pregnant. I really could have pleaded insanity. Norman Reedus is the coolest. Absolute coolest.
I was reading Keanu Reeves' bio, and he's not an avid Buddhist, but he does follow some. I'm like, oh, I can't be friends with it. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter if you have different religious views, but just Buddhists are out there. Buddhism is.
Sit under this tree for 100 years and become enlightened. And we get crap for Sky Jesus.
So, how was everybody's week? Ours was pretty good till last night. It'll get better. God's on our side. We'll,
It'll work itself out.
what was that verse you quoted today, Courtney? Or part of it, or...
The foolishness of the wicked will be their demise.
Thank you, Wolf. We appreciate that. We don't want to get into it on here because it's...
It's sensitive.
Yeah.
nobody heard me before, it's Elvis week, so. And yours truly got to plan the activities from Wednesday of last week to Wednesday of next week. So I have been having the time of my life being activity coordinator. And your girl is so awesome. I secured an Elvis impersonator to end Elvis week on a high note. Mwah. My residents are going to be so excited. Jeez. I killed my succulent and yours is thriving.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to go like that, is it?
I have a green, like, I was an FFA, I was the greenhouse manager, I had my green thumb pin, like, I was a gardening champ. We got succulents a couple years ago for Mother's Day from our church, and I killed mine within a week, and Mom's is, like, growing like crazy.
But it's not supposed to grow up like that, is it?
Yeah, they will.
I wanted it to stay in that cup.
If we wouldn't get copyrighted, I would definitely play some Elvis music, but my week went as Wednesday was Love Me Tender, because that was his first movie, so we got to, that's a Western, so we got to dress up in Western attire. Maybe I'll show you guys pictures. Thursday was Jailhouse Rock, so I dressed up like a jailbird. Friday was King Creole, so that was Mardi Gras themed. I didn't have to work, but I did have beads and stuff, and I was going to go in, but then, like I said, I passed out. Monday is GI Blues, so it's either wear camo or patriotic, so camo, red, white, and blue. Tuesday is Blue Hawaii, so it's a luau. And then Wednesday, to end Elvis week on a high note, even though it's the day he passed away, rest his soul, it's going to be Viva Las Vegas, which is Vegas glam, so we're all going to dress up like we're going to the casinos. And the Elvis impersonator, who I'm friends with, is coming in, and we're going to have a concert at 2 o'clock to end my day. Oh, I'm so excited. My residents have been having a blast.
Mark.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming in. Welcome in.
I don't know who's having more fun, my residents or me, because I love it, and my boss loves it too. But she was like, you need to plan more activities, and I was like, you should pay me better and make me the activity director. Because she was like, you could take that job, but it's only $9 an hour, and I was like, no, your homegirl's a CNA. But I'll show you some pictures. Because this is my Christmas. This is my Christmas.
Someday we're gonna make it down to Graceland for this week.
I will. I want to do it with Sophie. I want to get her over here from England, and I want to see Graceland with Sophie. That would be so much fun.
Seeing Graceland with your mom wouldn't be fun?
No, of course I want to see Graceland with you, but I would love to share that with Sophie too. Alright, so for day one, Love Me Tender. Your girl wore her square dancing dress and my boots! Look at me! Ah, I'm so cute!
She was. She was cute.
And then, for Thursday, oh, there it is. Jailhouse Rock. So, okay, hold on. I gotta show you my reference picture first because I'm very proud of this outfit. So, this is my reference picture, Jailhouse Rock. Okay. So your girl pulled this out of her hat. That's me, my coworker Crystal. I love her. But there's my Jailhouse Rock attire. I think I did a good job!
Christmas. Not unless if it called Christmas in August. Hey, somebody, what was that other
There's
day?
a better picture of my hair. I had it all poofed back, and then
She
I had
said-
a wrap on it.
She got in the car when I went and picked her up. She goes, how did I look? And I said, you look like Rosie the Riveter. She goes, oh, I want to look like a jailbird. I said, you look like a jailbird.
Look like a bad girl. And then I'll have pictures next Saturday to show you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm excited for all the days because these next 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, are my favorite movies. GI Blues was the first movie I ever saw him in, and I watched that movie so much I broke the VHS that Mom owned. Blue Hawaii was white shorts. Elvis, he was in a uniform and he was in shorty shorts. And then Viva Las, I love Viva Las Vegas so much. I like Anne Margaret.
Wow. A lot of yellow and blue.
So the next
I think he liked Anne Margaret too.
That's what Anne Margaret Priscilla. That's when she came over here from Germany, and they were supposed to be so madly in love, and he was engaged to Anne Margaret.
She said
That's
she would
when-
never would have married him.
Anne Margaret.
Yeah.
She lied through her teeth. That man would have asked me to marry him. I don't care who I was with. I would have thrown him out the window for Elvis.
So yeah, we went to the farmer's market this morning, and Courtney got the questionable cucumber dill dressing.
It's sweet. I didn't expect it to be sweet.
Oh, I might like it then. It's like magnet. Oh, that's
Yeah,
what-
because that's what your screen.
I didn't know. That part wasn't magnetic. So yeah, we went to the farmer's market, then we went thrift shopping, and I got more envelopes.
Elvis week is my Christmas. I get excited for very few holidays. Elvis week, Halloween, Christmas. I love spooky season!
It's starting pretty soon, isn't it?
Spooky season started after the 4th of July.
Well, they got fall stuff up in Dollar Tree.
Literally, the 5th of July, bring out the pumpkins.
And you were complaining about pumpkin spice latte.
Well, yeah, that's a warm, fuzzy thing, and it's 85 degrees outside.
So, went to a thrift store today, and I saw this video, and Natasha over at Treasure Book, she should give me a commission. I mention her a lot. I watch her a lot. She has a video like once a week, so I have to watch her video. And just once a week. She always loads it up early Saturday morning. And she did this thing with envelopes. And so I bought these 7 for 7 cents. So that's, I never figured that out, but now I figured it out. It's a penny an envelope. So here's a small envelope. She did a really neat thing. Just different blue envelopes. Well, that's not blue, that's kind of green. But that's what you need for this project, was different size envelopes. And then I got a pack, 13 for 13 cents. These are yellows and greens. I didn't realize there's so many yellow, but I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got those 2 packs, and then I got these. It says congratulations to the same cards, but look at the envelopes. Got a little scene on there, a little countryside scene.
Pretty.
Ah, and I paid 20 cents a piece for those. So my grand total was 61 cents.
65 cents with tax.
65 cents with tax.
And the ladies were baffled, like, how do you do 65 cents with tax?
It was 60 cents with tax.
Yeah.
5 cents tax?
Welcome to Illinois.
Illinois sucks.
This place is a prison!
This place is a prison. So yeah, this says congratulations, and on the inside, very simple. You did it.
Look at my memory.
Show them.
My memory for today is Henry with his head in a bucket. He was mad. He didn't want nobody to look at him.
He used to put a bucket over his head when he got mad. Which that's pretty smart to figure that out.
That's from 4 years ago, so he's about a year old.
Yeah.
I'm mad. I don't want him to look at me.
So be looking on my channel. Be looking for that. These envelope projects.
5 years ago, my son is a piggy. He had 2.5 ounces of peas and an ounce of pears. And for dinner, he had a 3 ounces of cereal in a 4 ounce bottle. Piggly wiggly he is.
There's so many different things that you can do with envelopes and junk journals.
I was so pretty 5 years ago. No, I wasn't. No, I lied. I was not. I know who I was with. I was not a pretty person. We're just gonna watch the Cubs game together.
Oh! I was gonna say next Saturday we may not have a live, but we will. It's Sunday that we get to do.
7 years ago, I graduated from Job Corps.
Yay!
I gotta share that memory. Oh my god, look at Caitlin. She's gonna be pissed if I share that.
Yep. Show that.
I will just like. Seven years ago, I graduated from Job Corps with my CNA. I don't want to clear.
You should shut the door.
Look at us. Look at those girls. They're so cute.
Okay, let's say, I'm so chunky.
There was my cap and gown.
That was a wild graduation.
Yeah.
It was happy though.
Oh, I got your low power, Mom.
I don't have a cord long enough to fit over there.
Oops.
Can you?
Thanks, Wolf. 7 years ago, I graduated.
Hey, get my bag and in the side pocket.
This one? Or this one?
That one. Yeah, plug that in there. That's long enough. I know that feels long enough. Plug my phone in. It's low power. I didn't realize I didn't use it that much. Oh, we were playing Elvis in the car though.
Yeah, and then you were napping and it was going off. I should have plugged it in before I did anything. Sorry.
5 heartbeats. What's that, Brian? Okay. We're listening to music. No copyright music.
I'm listening to country. It's in R.
Yeah, we should get on Tubi more often, Courtney. They have some pretty good movies on there. Courtney didn't find any good thing at the thrift store.
I found some furniture I want, but I need to get rid of some stuff before. Thank you, Wolf. I can tell you right now, I would have rather gone to actual college again than go through Job Corps again. That was a rough 3 months. I'll tell you that much. It made me lose my faith in humanity a little bit. Not my CNA course, that was a breeze. Just the other stuff I had to do to complete the Job Corps program. And this crap I had to deal with. I was too grown for that program, I'll put it that way.
She's got really good instructors.
I did. I got really good compliments. I did a really good job, but some of the characters.
Let me put it this way. If some of the students up there, if they hadn't got through those courses, they would be spending time in jail. And some of them did.
Yeah. There was a girl in my, because they call them our day ones, the people you come in with, because there's a group of us that we all start the program together. There was a girl in my day one that didn't last a week, and she was, no, it was a boy. And he stood up in the middle of our class and we like made our introductions, and our first instructor was like, "What brought you here?" Because it's a government funded program, but it's like for underprivileged people, low income kind of situation. That's why I took it, because I wasn't working at the time and I needed a better career. And he was like, so what brought you here? And this one kid stood up. He's like, man, I didn't want to be here. He's like, I could be up in Chicago. He's like, I could be slinging dope on the street corners and make twice as much money as my instructor. He was talking to him. He was like, twice as much money as you'll ever make in a year. And my instructor looked at him. He was like, then pick up your bags and go. He was like, you're taking up space for somebody. He was like, there's somebody who wants to be here and wants to do better, and you obviously don't. So he's like, you can take your bags and go.
So he did.
No, he ended up staying, but he got kicked out in a week because he got caught with drugs on campus and nothing. So yeah, that kind of situation.
Wrong choices.
And it's sad because there were people there that legitimately wanted, like, they wanted to make their lives better. Because this was a program where you could come in and get your high school diploma and then you would learn a trade. And some of the trades, you got college credit, and they worked with the local college. And because I was in Joliet, they worked with the local college there to like transfer your credits so you could continue, and they would help you, or you could get your trades because they had like cement, bricklaying, that kind of stuff, CNA. They had like an office management typing. They had pharmaceutical. They had security, like they trained to be security officers and stuff like that. And military, the military was there all the time, recruiting. Because I took my AFAB and I did really good in my AFAB, but I have a heart problem and the military don't want me. But yeah, it's a really good program, but the mindsets of some of the people who were younger, because I was 22, who were younger than me, I was like, oh, just stop.
It's a good program.
It was. I'm very, very thankful that I found that and got accepted.
And you found that through a friend at college.
Yeah, he recommended it, and then I signed up for it. Got accepted very quickly. It wasn't. It was great. A lot of people that stayed like after I had graduated from there said it was a mess, but it was very. The instructors cared. They weren't there for their paychecks, even though it's a government job. They were there because they legitimately like. There was a handful of my teachers and just staff on campus who were from Chicago, like from the inner city, and they were like, I grew up in your neighborhood. I know what you're coming from. I want you to do better. I want you to get out or go back and do better and do good things. Like, they have a heart and they wanted to help the students, all of us, because it wasn't just for inner city kids. Like, I'm broke, corn-fed from the Midwest. There was a handful of us too, but they legitimately have a passion and wanted to help us, wanted to see us succeed. And I still talk to some of my instructors from up here that always check in every now and then. And I have one who, she was my, because you have to do a program to graduate from there, so they like set you up, they teach you how to use like your checkbook and everything and set up accounts.
Resumes.
And they teach you how to do your resumes and how to fill out job applications, and you do mock interviews so that you know when you get out like what to expect.
And she went shopping for clothes.
I did. They gave me $500 and I got business to get tired to do interviews. It's really nice. But I'm still friends with her on Facebook, and like every 6 months to a year, she'll send me a random message. I see your posts all the time. You're doing so good. I'm so proud that you're one of my students. And she just turned 35 last year. She might be 40. I don't remember. But she had a big thing, and she's like, I don't want cards, I don't want presents this year. She's like, if you're any of my former students from Joliet Job Corps, and she used to be a teacher, she was like, just write me a little thing on my wall and tell me if I impacted your life or if I ever taught you anything. And I wrote her a big long thing about how awesome she was at the end, and she was very supportive, and she made me cry on my graduation because she gave me a big hug, and she's like, you're my success story, and I'm so proud of you, Courtney, and I know you're going to go out there and you're going to do great. And she sent me a private message back. She's like, I read that and cried. I hope you're happy, Crowell. I was like, I am happy.
I remember the day we dropped Courtney off. I dropped Courtney off because the girls didn't go with me.
Yeah, they did. They gave me hugs.
Okay. And they said, they looked at me and they go, are you okay? And I go, yeah. And I started crying. And they said, okay, you can leave now.
Yeah, literally. Drop me off and bye. That was okay. I was a big girl.
We got to go in that room though with you.
Yeah, and give me hugs, but then Mr. Cage was like, alright, bye. It was a good program. I'm very, very thankful for that program. I'm thankful for the career path it set me on. They set me up for success. They were very good.
That's an awesome program.
It is. I highly recommend it. I know with COVID and other government issues, it's very much dwindled down. I think Joliet's closed down now, which is sad. But
I should go out there and see Courtney. Gosh, how many trips did I make up there to Joliet? I knew my way up there. All I had to do was set my cruise, and the car would automatic
Well,
pilot.
and the facility was like outside of Joliet. We weren't in
Yeah.
inner city.
Nicholas.
No. He looked like Frozone from The Incredibles, and we used to pick on it because like they most of the instructors were also, they lived in the dorms with us, like they stayed on campus, so they were your instructors and they were also there all the time, so they would see us outside of class, and like there's a big rec room where we used to play Uno and pool and hang out. And they take you to do stuff too. Like I went to so many White Sox games. I went to a water park one time. They took me to see a movie for my birthday. My trade wasn't taught on campus. We had to go out, so I got to go off campus every day. It's like a little community. It's a college. Everything is there. I mean, they take you to do stuff, but you're on campus. You live there. You go to school there. Everything's on campus. But anyway, we used to josh him so bad, and he used to play Uno all the time. Like, if you were looking for Mr. Cage, I'd be like, he's probably down in the hall playing Uno with some boys. But yeah, we used to joss him so bad. Like,
Hi, Ariel.
Hi, Ariel. Thanks for coming in. If he was doing really bad at Uno, which was rare because man was a card shark. I'm not even kidding. If they played for money, he would have cleaned us out. But we used to say it, Mr. Cage, where's my super suit? And the last day, because he came in and talked to the graduating class to my ending program, and there was one day that we had talked about what we needed to, and we were all doing really good, because I had a really good group that I graduated with. Like, we were all very, we know what we wanted, we didn't really mess around too much, so we got done early, and he was like, alright, what do you guys want to talk about, like, life, whatever, and we were like, say it, Mr. Cage, say it, and he stood up in front of the class and, hiked his pants and was like, where's my super suit? And we all died. We were laughing so hard that the security officers came down to the room to make sure everything was okay. We were roaring. And I always promised him too, because I'm friends with him on Facebook, when I opened up my t-shirt business, I was like, I'm gonna make you a Frozone shirt, I'm gonna send it to you, and I never did, and I'm so mad. I need to do that and send it to him and be like, you gotta wear the Frozone shirt. Mr. Cage was awesome.
We're gonna get going on his t-shirts too.
I know. I was working on it while you were napping. Mr. Weldon, I loved him. He was so cool. He's the one that did our financial class and taught us how to... He was like, don't buy brand new cars. They're a waste of money. He's like, buy one that's a couple years older and pay cash, and taught me some very useful lessons. Also told me that I had a beautiful resume right off the bat, and I was like,
How about that one teacher that prayed for you?
oh, she was house mom in my dorm. Oh, my grandpa had a health scare while I was up there, and I was a wreck because I didn't have money to get a train to come back down here for the weekend, and I was just very panicked and upset because my dad's not good at relaying information, so I was solely listening to him. He was making it sound way worse than it was. He had pneumonia, which is terrifying for an older person anyway, but he was just making it sound real bad. And I was crying in her office, I don't know what to do. I really want to go home this weekend. Something needs to happen. She was like, okay. She got up and shut her door. She's like, I don't know what religion you are. She's like, and if this offends you, I'm sorry. But she's like, can we pray? And I'm like, yes, please. She was, oh my gosh, she was so cool. She was the one she was from Inglewood, which is in Chicago. And some girls were mouthing off so bad one time about, you don't know my life. And she was like, I grew up in Inglewood. She was like, I was cool with the gangsters up there. They used to walk me to the bus stop. I know what you came for. She was mad because they were acting absolutely foolish. And she was like, don't ever tell me I don't know what you had to deal with because I grew up there too. And she's like, I did better for myself. You can do better for yourself. You have all these opportunities and you're going to... I don't even remember what that... they were in trouble and they were acting stupid about it. Yeah, we did that, so what? I think they snuck off campus or something, climbed a fence and snuck off campus. Just to go to, the gas station or something. I mean, something like it wasn't, but it's, I mean, they're responsible for us, so if you leave campus and nobody knows about it, it's an issue. And these girls are like, yeah, we did it. We went down to the gas station. We don't care. You don't know about our lives. We just want to get off this camp, like, just being real rude. And I remember her being very upset and being like, I do know what you came from, and you can do better, and...
Yeah, Wolf. Stayed in dorms. Y'all never got... Well, she got to go home.
We could go home on the weekends if... Because you got scored. It was like military. Like, you had to make your beds and everything else. You had structure. And if you missed your classes or something like that, or if you didn't... Because you got scored in your class, too. If you weren't doing what you were supposed to and, like... And you got a low score, you had to have... It was like 1 to 5. And you had to have, like, 4 and 5s across the board to go home on the weekends. Because if you didn't, you stayed on campus. And weekends... Because there's no cleaning crew. We cleaned our own dorms, our common areas. We cleaned the cafeteria. We had students that would go in and make our culinary class made our food. Because there was a culinary arts class there that got their food handler. I got my food handlers when I was up there. But they would make our food. So the students did everything. They were teaching, like, setting us up to be productive adults. So we were on campus, and we did everything. And if you didn't go home that weekend, you were doing the deep cleaning. Like, we were in our common areas and doing, like, our laundry rooms and stuff like that. It was, like, kind of like punishment because they used to assign you stuff. And if it didn't get done, you got marked down already for the next week because you didn't do your weekend assignments.
What if you had good marks and you couldn't go home? Or you didn't go home?
I mean, you had to clean. They would assign you stuff, but like there was a lot of free time too. It wasn't like we just cleaned all weekend and didn't have any fun. Like the weekends are when we used to go to the ball games and we used to go to the water park and stuff. Like it wasn't just like it was a punishment. But if you got bad marks, you didn't get to go do that stuff. If you stayed on campus for the weekend and you did good or whatever, you got to go do fun stuff. Or like, you know, they would open up the hall extra late and like our because we all had curfew, we had to be in your dorms at a certain time. On the weekend it was more lax, and as long as you were like hanging out around your dorm and like not over at the boys' dorm because girls and boys don't mix. If you weren't over at the boys' dorm or you weren't acting a fool at the smoke shack or in commissary, I call it commissary, it was the snack shack. Who's prison? That was the joke up there. Everybody called it prison. If you weren't at the snack shack annoying Miss Jackson. Oh my god, I love Miss Jackson. Stereotypical black woman. Grandma, mama to everyone. I loved her. And I had a certain order because they paid us to do the program. It was just a little bit of money, but like for us, you're living on campus with your, like we used to buy snacks and stuff with it. And after like a couple weeks of me staying on campus, she knew my order. So every Friday when we got paid, I would go up to the snack shack and Miss Jackson would be like, Miss Courtney, I got you 2 liter of pineapple Fanta. You want a bag of pickled chips and you want hot cheese in that. Give me 1 minute, baby. I got you. Loved her. And she liked me because I was, respectful to anybody, but I used to go up there and like chit-chat her, especially if she wasn't too busy because on Fridays everybody's getting their stuff for the weekend because Snack Shack was only open for like 3 hours on the weekends. So like if she wasn't too busy, I'd just go up there and be like, Miss Jackson, you look beautiful. Look at your wig. You look so pretty today. And she, oh, Miss Courtney, you so cute.
Is that the one that had those shoes that I still got over there?
No, that was the mental health lady. I loved her too. Oh, she was so cute. She was a grandma. She was an older lady and she was a grandma to everyone and she was so sweet. But she did the drug testing and like mental health and stuff like that and counseling if you needed, you know, that type of stuff. And she was really nice. And everybody gave her crap because she was a little white woman. But yeah, when I got home, I found a pair of, she had these elastic shoes that I loved, and I found a pair of them, and they didn't fit me, and I gave them to Mom. But every time I see them, I remember her.
So that's been 7 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I still have those shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. They're about had it, but I love them. I should go get them.
Uh-oh. One of a kind getting stolen.
Yep.
Oh, Ariel, I'm sorry I was going on about my Job Corps. I missed your comment. I'm sorry, honey. I'll be praying for you. She got so embarrassed because I went up there. I'm a Panic at the Disco fan, if nobody knows that. But Panic at the Disco has a song, Miss Jackson. And I went up there and I was like, Miss Jackson, have you heard the song? There's a song with your name in it. She's like, oh, so we played it for her. And the chorus is, Miss Jackson, Miss Jackson, Miss Jackson, are you nasty? And she was like, you! She's like, get away from my... She was like, get away from my shack. Get away from my shack. I'm done with you kids.
Apes.
I loved her.
They were real bright and pretty when Courtney gave them to me.
They're like rubber bands, like hair bands. They're so stretchy. I love them. I couldn't wear them. Too big foot.
Look at the soles. I literally wore I love them. They're so comfortable. I wish I could find another pair.
Who was the one lady that worked in the warehouse and she did the mail? She was so nice. She had a nickname. We didn't call her Miss Something. She had a nickname everybody called her. She was so cool.
Oh, sorry. Gosh.
They supplied our uniforms. We had to wear polo shirts and dress slacks every day to class. And then your trade, like for CNAs, we had scrubs. And the pharmaceutical kids had scrubs. And like the office management had different colored polos and slacks. And security had their, everybody had their uniforms you had to wear. And you had to go to the warehouse to get your uniforms when you got there. And I'm a big girl. And everything's in men's sizes, and I was like, I don't know what I wear. She's like, here, baby, take these pants and take this pair, and she's like, tell me which one fit better. And she was like, we gonna get you a belt, so if they don't fit just right, I got you, baby. Come back here and tell me what fits. And she was a bigger woman too, and she was like, oh, baby, I know. She was like, they don't make clothes for us. We build different, honey.
And
Sunny. Miss Sunny. Except nobody called her Miss Sunny, we just called her Sunny.
And the women's cut t-shirts, I hate those.
Oh, ours were polos. Everything was men's sizes.
Well, I mean, nowadays.
Oh.
The women cut, and I'm like, no. Not everybody's hourglass figure. Some of us are pear-shaped, and some of us look like watermelons.
Some of us are just round.
Yep. Do you have
Some of us are
anything
just
in a
bigger.
watermelon shape? Like that thing that my friend put on Facebook, a meme that says, do you have this in real sizes? And do you have this in people that eat or something? I can't remember.
Of course, you can say it will look like poop. I'm so proud.
Caitlin. It rained that day, didn't it? There was like storms up there, wasn't there? I remember Michelle called me crying. That's the day they fired her.
Oh, yeah.
It's been 7 years ago. Wow. That was on Friday, wasn't it?
I think so. Let's look up August 12th, 7 years ago. Yep, August 12th, 2016 was a Friday. Yeah, because I left. We went to Indiana right after that because I graduated and I...
Because we went to Don's.
That was on the way back before I went back to school because I had to go back and finish my
Oh,
last
yeah.
week. But I had a week of personal time is what they call it. You can take off when you're sick and stuff that I never used.
What are we going to do for dinner, Courtney? Probably have hot dogs. As Caitlin gets home, she wants to buy me dinner.
I might do a little squeeze dinner.
What kind of smoothie you gonna have? One of a kind? One of a kind vlog? One of a kind? One of a kind vlogs? Pineapples. Pineapples. Pineapples.
Who's Nick?
You talking to somebody?
No, Char. Oh, she's asking me what the Logan County officer said to me the other night.
Nothing? Hand you the papers? And...
No, when I called up there, they were very unhelpful. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't tell you about that, did I? I called my friend Nate when you couldn't talk to me and I was kind of panicky. I just wanted somebody to talk me down. And
Okay, one of a kind.
I was talking to him and he was like, if you need somebody to go to court and back you, I will. And I was like, you don't know Zach. He's like, oh no, he personally harassed me over Facebook because we were friends at the time and I was commenting on stuff. He was like, I think I still have those messages. And I was like, good to know. So he was like, yeah, I know how crazy he is. I guess Zach accused him of being Henry's dad, like when he was doing that DNA BS. He was like, so?
Yeah, I have.
He was like, so were you with Courtney? Blah, 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 blah. I need to know dates. And it's like, no. He was like, our relationship has never been like that.
Should we do some trivia the last 30 minutes?
Let's do Elvis trivia for Elvis week.
Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Wolf says, woohoo, trivia!
You gonna look up Elvis trivia?
Yeah, right here at this site.
I ain't lying. I'm all yours, and you're all mine. There ain't two ways around it. You're all mine.
See?
I told you it's spelled incorrectly because they took it off his birth certificate and it's not right. Flamboyant personality. He was a manly man. He was the man. Flamboyant.
Why is it? Duh.
Because he was.
Should we take that? Or just do Elvis trivia?
Let's type, see if there's Elvis trivia. I don't know what we're gonna have for dinner yet.
Another I in there. Triv. T-R-I-V. You know what I mean.
Just search it.
That's what I was just on.
Just. I was gonna say go to Google and search. Crab fried rice and egg rolls. Chinese food sounds good. One broken lover's heart.
It just takes me a while to get there, Courtney. What was Elvis's first #1 hit on the U.S. Billboard pop charts? Heartbreak Hotel, Hound Dog, Stuck on You, Burnin' Love. Is that a 30-minute timer? 30-second time? 30 minutes. 30-second timer. First question. What was Elvis's first #1 hit on the U.S. Billboard pop charts?
Timer starts now.
30 seconds.
One of a Kind says Hound Dog. Wolf says Burning Love.
Time's up. The answer is...
Oh, you know what? I bet it was.
Is it...
Was it really?
Heartbreak Hotel was Elvis's first #1 hit on the U.S. Billboard pop charts and also earned him his first gold record. Bill Clinton's first U.S. presidential campaign received the most needed boost when he played this song on the saxophone as a guest on the Arsenio Hall show. That has nothing to do with Elvis. Well, other than it was the song.
I didn't know that one. I'm sorry.
Heartbreak Hotel, everybody. Okay, #2. What single did Elvis record after suing Priscilla for divorce on January 8th, 1973? That was his birthday. Separate Ways, All Shook Up, Always on My Mind, Blue Christmas.
I can tell you right now, it wasn't Blue Christmas.
That one or that one?
He never recorded that one. He played it live.
What single did Elvis record after suing Priscilla for divorce on January 8th, 1973? You were always on my mind. You were always on my... Did you set a timer?
Oh, sorry. Timer starts now.
This is useful trivia. This is just not trivia. This is useful trivia. Well, at one time we had 8. What happened to the other one?
Time's up.
It was not always on my mind. Then I'm going to guess Separate Ways. Separate Ways. Perhaps Elvis' most retrospective and personal song, Separate Ways, was recorded shortly after suing Priscilla for divorce and expresses the king's emotions in regards to separating from his wife.
I hate Priscilla.
Number 3. Elvis memorized every line from what George C. Scott movie? Jane Eyre, Patton, The Last Run, Strangelove. These are questions I do not know.
I think it's that one. I'm not 100%. I know the next one.
What up? Strangelove.
Strangelove. One of a kind says Strangelove. Oh, timer. Time starts now. Ugh, that sounds like a Luke sandwich. No, spam and mustard.
Well, ham. I like ham on.
Wolf says The Last Run. Time's up.
What are we gonna pick, Courtney? What's your pick?
A Last Run, I think, is it. Nope, Strangelove then. What?
Patton. Elvis memorized every line from Patton, the movie which George C. Scott won an Academy Award for Best Actor and famously refused to accept it. Number 4.
These are like I'm failing.
What was the name of Elvis's twin brother who died at birth?
I know this one.
We're just reading this, and I knew it before, but
Because I
didn't
changed
know.
the names of my cats.
But bonus points if you can say his middle name too.
Yes. Major brownie points for me.
Elvis's twin brother's name. Oh, Harold, Reese, Jesse, James.
Time starts now.
On Klein says Jesse.
5 seconds.
Can you?
Time's up.
Do you know the middle name? One of a kind. Extra brownie points if you know the middle name. Elvis' twin brother was
Wolf!
Jesse
You looked that
Jared Presley was stillborn. Elvis grew up an only child.
Twin brothers. There would have been two. Two Elvis.
Only one.
That's true.
What was Elvis's favorite sandwich? Ham and Oreos, fried chicken and Cheetos, peanut butter and bananas, Spam and Nutella.
Time starts now. I know this one.
What about that one?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I'm going to say this one. Peanut butter Nana.
Priscilla whipped me up one of them peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
I bet she never made him that.
He had a personal cook.
Was it?
I pressed start timer.
Peanut butter and banana. Presley's legendary love for peanut butter and nanner sandwiches probably helped lead to his oversized waistline.
No, the fact that he ate
towards the end of his life.
pound of bacon, 6 fried eggs, and black coffee every morning for breakfast is why he gained weight. He had a very terrible diet. And the man used to eat his steaks burnt. He didn't like pink steaks. They had to be well done. And well done wasn't just like they had to be burnt. Priscilla said they were at a steakhouse in Vegas one time and he physically got mad, like got up and left the restaurant because they didn't cook his steak right. And she had to go back to the kitchen and be like, he wants it burnt. Just charcoal. Yeah.
How many encores did Elvis usually give? 3, 1, 5, or 0? Set the timer. Time starts
now. Soon I'm gonna blow my fuse. Occupation GM. Wolf says 5.
Yeah.
Frankfurt special. Is this train a Frankfurt special? Yeah. Time's up.
Elvis Presley never gave an encore as at his concerts. Instead, the lights would come up and the announcer would say, Elvis has left the building.
That only happened at one concert.
No, he had to do that because they kept...
Yeah, but that only happened at one concert because they thought he had already snuck out of the building.
Why was Elvis's mansion called Graceland? His favorite actor was Grace Kelly. His mother's name was Grace. His favorite song was Amazing Grace. It was originally a church. I heard it was already named that.
No.
Time starts
now. Flaming star, flaming star.
What's my mother's Grace?
What? Time's up. That is why his mother's name was Gladys Grace.
I was thinking that. The name Graceland came from the mansion from the days when it was originally used as a church.
His mom's name is Gladys Grace. And he bought Graceland for his mother.
What Elvis hit single was
This-
based on a 1861 classic piece entitled Aurora Lee? Love Me Tender, Are You Lonesome Tonight? Don't Be Cruel, Hard-Headed Woman. I know this because I used to play this on the piano. Because it's, the alternate name is that.
Okay.
Or the old, if you go back into older music.
Oh, I forgot to set the timer. Give me a couple more seconds.
You should write this down, Courtney. Print them off. Because I don't know some of these.
That last one is incorrect.
The answer is Love Me Tender. The melody for Love Me Tender is based on Aurora Lee. Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
A ballad written in 1861 by W.W. Fosdick and Geo R. Polton. RCA Records received over 1 million pre-orders for Love Me Tender, making it the first single to ship as a gold record before it was released. Wow.
And it was the title track to the movie Love Me Tender.
I used to be able to play that on the piano. I still know the first 4 or 5 notes. Which of the following did Elvis earn in 1960? High school diploma, black belt in karate, master's degree in philosophy, or pilot's license?
Time starts now.
That one?
Mm-hmm. Came right back to me. One of a kind, Elvis was scared to fly.
But he had 2 private jets.
He later got over that fear thanks to Priscilla, but he was scared to fly.
Oh, that Elvis is still alive. I wanted you to see that.
No.
Okay. Did you say
Yeah,
something?
sorry.
Black belt in karate. Elvis was first introduced to karate in the Army and earned his first degree black belt in 1960 under whatever that is. Chateau Row stylist Hank Selmaski. Later, Elvis trained in Memphis dojo under Master Kang Ray, who bestowed upon him the 7th degree black belt before Elvis opened his own center in Tennessee Karate Institute.
And
TKI.
that's still open today.
Let's go. Learn some karate. Oh, that's it.
That's how you did all those amazing stretches and stuff in the jumpsuits in the 70s.
What was the name of Elvis's daughter? Priscilla, Gladys, Ginger, Lisa Marie.
That's... I'm not even going to say anything. That's disgusting. 30 seconds starts now.
That's his girlfriend.
One of those was his wife.
That's his mom.
And the other one was his
wife.
mama. Which is more... There was some girl on TikTok the other day throwing a whole fit and saying she made a video that Elvis had a really odd relationship with his mother and that it was disgusting. And I was like, he was a Southern mama's boy. That's different. Like, that's a whole other level. It wasn't weird. He was a mama's boy.
He was the only child, and she
She
clinged on
Yeah.
to that because...
And she was very religious, but she said she had premonitions that he was going to be big and famous and do great things, so she fed into that. But he was a mama's boy.
Lisa Marie was Elvis's only child, sole heir to her father's estate. She developed a career in music business and issued 3 albums of her own.
That's the night the lights went out in Memphis. That was a good song. We blasted that stuff when that came out.
Number 11. What did Elvis receive from Richard Nixon? Special Agent Badge, Salute of General Douglas MacArthur, Watergate tape, or Meatloaf?
The singer? Or
Meatloaf. There's a White House meatloaf.
So get those 30 seconds now.
Oh, my air just kicked on. It hadn't been on for a while.
Yeah, I was getting.
Sun's setting and the sun's coming in the window.
So Viva Las Vegas. Viva.
They connected this with the
I bet they did.
DEA.
They made a movie out of that, and the actor they picked to play Elvis was very ugly. Elvis was a pretty woman. Jared Reed said so. 30 seconds up. 30 seconds is up.
Special Agent Badge. Nixon gave Elvis a Special Agent Badge for the Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drugs. This movie I watched, it said Elvis was a DEA agent. Believes he's still alive.
Do you want to know why he wanted all those He wanted police badges and stuff from every state so that he could transport his drugs, and he couldn't be questioned for it.
What was the first national TV show that Elvis appeared on? Ted Mack's Original Amateur Hour, The Ed Sullivan Show, The Tonight Show, Stage Show.
30 seconds starts now.
Is that in Hawaii? No.
No, that's
Australia?
maybe New Zealand, maybe. I was gonna say Scotland, but the water's too clear for Scotland. Scotland's mountainy like that. Highlands. But the water's too blue to be up there. That's probably New Zealand. 30 seconds is up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It was Stage Show. Although Elvis was on several local television programs before he appeared on Stage Show in January 1956, this was his national debut. Stage Show. Was not the Ed Sullivan Show. What two U.S. presidents was Elvis related to? Andrew Jackson and Woodrow Wilson, Jeremy Harris and
Benjamin Harris
and Barack Obama, Thomas Jefferson and Bill Clinton, Abraham Lincoln and Jimmy Carter.
30 seconds starts now.
What two U.S. presidents was Elvis related to?
I didn't know you. The first one, Andrew Jackson, and the other dude, Wilson. Woodrow Wilson?
Woodrow.
Sounds like a vampire.
Woodrow Wilson.
One of a kind says Thomas Jefferson and Bill Clinton. 30 seconds is up. Oh! Abraham Lincoln and Jimmy Carter.
Elvis was distantly related to two presidents, Abraham Lincoln and Jimmy Carter. Genealogicalists discovered that a great-great-grandfather of our 16th president, Abe Lincoln, was Isaiah Harris, an ancestor to Elvis. The 39th president, Jimmy Carter, is a sixth cousin once removed from Elvis.
Oh, Jimmy Carter.
Old peanut farmer himself. What was the name of Elvis Presley's chimpanzee? Bonzo, King Louis, Scatter, or Clyde?
I actually think it was that one. 30 seconds starts now.
I'll fly.
One of a kind says King Louis.
Agua.
Seconds is up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that.
Scatter wasn't exactly the best behaved chimp. Among other things, he ripped up curtains at Graceland. He liked to peek under the skirts of Elvis's female visitors. And when he was in a really playful mood, tended to throw things, nasty things that made everyone scream as well as scatter.
I thought it was one of those Lloyd's calling me back. It's telemarketer. It was a Springfield number, that's why I got excited. What?
Look at that.
Scatters wasn't exactly what he chinned among other kinds. Like to peek under the skirts of Elvis's female visitors. I think Elvis taught him to do that. You tend to throw on things. Yeah, I've heard that story before. Jerry and Joe Esposito wrote in their books that Scatters was disgusting, and Elvis loved it.
What musician once broke into Graceland? Bob Dylan, Elton John, Madonna, or Bruce Springsteen? Why would you do that?
Nicolas Cage did some pretty despicable things too while he was married to Lisa Marie.
I don't like him.
Wanting to wear Elvis's clothes and stuff like that. 30 seconds starts now.
Bruce Springsteen, Wolf says. I have no idea.
I don't know either.
This is good Elvis trivia because most of these, a few I know. Courtney knew the Scatters. I didn't know Scatters.
Scatters.
That's pretty.
Heard stories of Scatters.
My mom was an Elvis fan. She grew up in that era. She saw Elvis on the Ed Sullivan Show.
30 seconds. Aha! And one of her sisters completely freaked out and climbed on the back of a chair and was when he started shaking.
She was like this. It's up?
Yes,
30 seconds is up.
is up.
Okay, what are we gonna guess here?
Bruce Springsteen. Try that one. I don't think that's him. The boss?
Long before he became famous, Bruce Springsteen was caught climbing over the Graceland fence by Harold Lloyd, Elvis's first cousin, and a security officer working nights at the mansion. Elvis was not home. Springsteen was promptly escorted off the property.
The boss tried to break into Graceland.
Bye, one of a kind.
Thanks for playing. Oh, it's 7 o'clock, Mom.
Yep. We'll go to 20 and then we'll vamoose. What?
Clam bake.
Number 16. How many drugs did Elvis have in his body at the time of his death? 10, 8, 4, 0.
30 seconds starts now.
Do you know this one, Courtney? Everybody can play. All the two people. Oh, Courtney and Wolf is the only ones in here. There was
To
three
the
people.
love machine. Time's up. Okay, 10.
According to Elvis's autopsy, he tested positive for 10 separate prescription medications, but showed no signs of illicit drug or alcohol.
Elvis didn't like to drink, and he didn't take anything illicit. Everything was prescribed, but they were all barbiturates.
What was Elvis's shoe size? 12D, 10D, 11D, 9D.
Now with the machine.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, because I'm not... I was right.
Well, it says 10. We're just going to go ahead and answer these. Elvis' shoe size was 11D. Do you know what they say? Jeez. What actor made his film debut at 10 kicking Elvis in the shin? Kurt Russell, Jeff Goldblum, Dustin Hoffman, or Bruce Willis?
Mm-hmm. No, well, if you wore a size 11. I wore a size 11. We could have shared shoes.
Definitely.
Could have wore them boots.
Sorry.
I didn't set a timer because it's just wolf. Kurt Russell made his film debut at age 10 when he kicked Elvis in the shin, and it happened at World's Fair. And he only had one line, and he said, well, he had a couple lines because he said yes. And they said, man, adults are crazy.
What book was Elvis reading at the time of his death? The Secret of Happiness, Billy Graham Answers Your Questions, The Scientific Search for the Face of Jesus, The Great Gatsby. Didn't know he was reading a book when he died.
He was very paranoid and spiritual at the end of his life.
The Scientific Search for the Face of Jesus. At the time of his death, Elvis was reading The Scientific Search for the Face of Jesus by Frank O. Adams. Last question. What actress did Elvis always send flowers to when he opened a show in Las Vegas? Ginger Aden, Anne Margaret, Julie Parrish, or Charles? Did he know Charles?
Yeah.
She was an actress.
Ginger Alden, yeah.
I know that. And it's in that one.
Okay.
In her memoir,
In her closet?
in her memoir, Anne Margaret refers to Presley as her soulmate, but very little is revealed about their long-rumored romance. Only that, in a moment of tenderness, he bought her a round bed in hot pink. Well,
Pink was his favorite color.
Elvis. All right, everybody, we're going to end this live. Thank you for participating in our Elvis trivia and our live. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Have a blessed week. Go to the church of your choice tomorrow, and we'll see you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.